Okay.
Now let's talk to Harry H, the H, Peacock.
Yeah, okay.
Now, Harry is a historian in this area, and he's told us so many unusual things. In fact, on Facebook today, they're asking about a little skinny key, where it came from. This person's found it in their yard.
Oh.
It's 100 years old, the house. I'll have to look into it for Harry, because he is a historian. Harry, are you there?
Yeah, I sure am, Danny. And look, that key,
Yeah.
if whoever found it wants to get in contact with me, I'd love to look around that house to see if we can find some more evidence. So we can sort of track down and find out what it is and who had it.
It's like a big nail, actually. And I think in those days, the front door used to have really skinny, long keys to open them up, if I recall.
Yeah, and look, with the metal detecting technology that I use, we can find possibly other supporting evidence that will actually give a context to that key to maybe build a story for it.
Well, don't
so
come
if
near...
you've got anyone that knows who that person is, get him onto my website and I'm happy to help.
Don't come near my brother, because if you go near his arm, your thing's going to go off because he's got a pin in there, okay? Now, I want to ask you about this warrant officer, 150-year-old search, is it, from Charleville?
Yeah, look, as you know, I love combining archaeology with genealogy and history to connect artefacts that I find metal detecting to real Ipswich people.
Yeah.
And this discovery in North Ipswich that I made just recently, that I'm going to share with you, is an awesome example because we found a rank badge from a warrant officer class 1.
Right.
Now, to find out who might have lost it, dating is crucial. Now, the design was introduced into the Australian Army in 1915 and used until 1976.
Right.
But the King's Crown on it means it's no later than 1952. Plus, badges worn during the wartime were matte dark brown finishes, so they didn't give your position away. So all that combined with the context means it's Australian Army and Second World War. Now, researching nominal roles, that gives us a chance to find out who might have lost it, Danny.
Wow, mate. And you've got a website. What is your website?
Yeah, look, I'm not going to tell you a website yet because I haven't finished the story because there's a
sorry. Well, I wasn't sure. Go on.
That's all right. Look, there are a million Australians enlisted, but going through nominal roles, 700, 750,000 were in the Army. There were 3,451 Class 1 warrant officers, so we're getting close to our man. 11 of them were born in Ipswich, but only one was living here both before and after the war. Now, Danny, his name was David Palmer. He was born in Ipswich in 1918.
Wow.
He enlisted in 1944 in Charleville because that's where he's working as a tailor.
Wow.
He served in both New Guinea and Bouganville. He came back to Ipswich, lived at the old Grand Hotel. He got robbed there a couple of times. He got married in the Gospel Hall on East Street. He had a son in Ipswich Hospital. He's Ipswich through and through. And this is the kind of stuff, that old Ipswich history I find with metal detecting and archaeology and history. It's endless. And that's why I'd love to find out more about that key that you're telling me about.
You are unbelievable. He didn't have two heads, did he?
Well, I haven't found that part yet. I know he's got a son down in Tasmania, or grandson in Tassie. Anyway, there could be two.
I remember going to a business breakfast with Paul Pasali, and he used to do a thing. I know, the Spark Dogs give me a funny look. Paul, he treated me all right. And Paul put a thing up about Ipswich, and it had him sitting in his suit at his desk with two heads. And he said, that's what they used to say about us, but how are we going now? Okay. Anyhow, mate, so how do we get onto your, your website?
Come to the website. In fact, I'll have the whole story of David Palmer out there next week. It's historyouthere.com.
I'm going to find that bloke for you. I'm going to find that thing because you're the man who'll find it because you are a ferret. That's Harry.
You the man, Danny.
H. Ferret Peacock on West Bremer Radio.